back to U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade. Voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, Ben Leber. I'm Gabe Henderson. Vikings victorious, second straight win of the season. First win at home today. Final score 34-20 over the Detroit Lions. And Ben, I feel like this is the same conversation we had last week. Dalvin Cook, last week 226 total yards. Today 252 total yards. First career 200-yard game. Your thoughts on the chef?
206 on the ground and 2 touches. I mean, there's really not much more you can break down. I mean, we heard Irv Smith talk about him post-game, just talking about how great he is and never seen anybody like him. And I would echo that. The thing about his game to me is his acceleration from the time that he gets the ball to the line of scrimmage. Yep. And you can see that difference when Madison's in there. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Alexander Madison because he's a good back too. Dalvin's is special. He's different. You know, he gets the ball and immediately he's at the line of scrimmage. And so those little arm tackles and those little shakes, that's why he's able to break those tackles because he's already going full speed. And then we all see the wiggle and we all see the shakes and we all see the power running through people and the vision, all that stuff. He's phenomenal.
And the complementary facet of what Dalvin's doing, legitimately an MVP candidate, specifically if and or when the Vikings win more games, Gabe. C.J. Ham, the battering ram from Duluth, Minnesota. It's as good as I've ever seen him play, and he's high-end in the first place. Well done, C.J. Other side of it, Armon Watts, second year from Arkansas, couldn't find him early in the season, jumped up at Lambeau, and really, really had a good game today. So, I mean, I'm not talking negatively about Unique Ngakoue now that he's gone, but I just kind of low-key said it while he was here is, hey, we like those 5 sacks and everything, but there's more to the game than sacks, as Ben knows, contain, run stop, and everything. So with Watts, Johnson, Ifeadi Odenigbo, DJ Wanham, and Jalen Holmes, just keep going on and on. They do it the way Zimmer and Patterson want it, and it's starting to make a difference.
For sure, starting to make a difference. Staying on the offensive side of the ball, though, 8.9 yards per play, PA. That's unheard of. 13 yards per play in the first half. When you look at this Vikings offense, what they did today with Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins was efficient. What were some things that stood out to you?
Well, Ben, if you obliterate that debacle against Atlanta, which you can't because it happened, Cousins throws it to Deion Jones, and everybody acts like the game's over right there, and we get killed. But if you take the 3 before that, Tennessee, Houston, Seattle, now you take Lambeau, and you take today. 5 of the last 6, they are the best running team in the NFL, with all due respect to Baltimore. And the offense, 5 of the last 6, has been pretty good outside of some turnovers. So I think we're on to something here.
Well, we're on to something, and the biggest difference to me is that front 7 of our offense. I mean, I'm talking all 5 offensive linemen. I'm talking tight ends.
How about Ezra Cleveland?
And Ezra Cleveland and C.J. Ham.
Rookie.
Those guys aren't just position blocking anymore. Those guys are going downhill, and they're taking the aggression to the defense. Early in the season, we saw a lot of this position blocking. They looked unsure of where they're supposed to be. Now they're decisive. They're making definitive movements. They're playing fast. And again, you don't have to give Dalvin Cook much time. Just put a body on a body, get to the second level, and he's going to take off.
I'm going to stay with you, Ben Leber, right here. Defensive side of the ball, 3 interceptions today. First time they've done that since last year against the L.A. Chargers. First time at home since 2018, Week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers. What stood out to you against this? What stood out to you about this Vikings defense?
Well, and we had to do it a little bit different. We pressured early a little bit, but then as the game went on, knowing that they're going to put us in a lot more nickel situations, given that our lack of cornerback depth, we didn't play a lot of man-to-man. So you're asking our guys to play with good vision and asking our guys to take good drops and pattern read and understand what routes they're going to throw at you. And our linebackers are so exceptional about feeling what the offense is going to give you. And that's what those guys did. They played with great vision. They stayed patient. They didn't try to chase any crossers or the cheese or the barflies that we like to call them underneath. That's what my coach always said. Don't chase the bar flies. Don't chase the bar flies. And it really resonated. But you don't want to do that, so stay back in coverage, and good things will happen, and that's what happened today.
Hey, when we were watching the Vikings roll the then Oakland Raiders here last year, and Darren Waller, I mean, he's good, but the way he got behind Eric Wilson, you were one of the first to point it out. It's like, hey, all Eric does is make plays. I mean, sack, third interception, the whole thing today. Pass coverage was a work in progress.
Yeah, a little shaky.
Well, how far has he come with that?
even since then, I was looking at him even early on when Anthony Barr, when he was still in the lineup, when Eric Wilson would come in, I'm like, gosh, he's kind of the weak link in the pass game. Now that Anthony's been out and he's been asked to take on a larger role, more responsibility, be in sub packages more, I tell you what, man, he's really progressed in a nice way.
Sure.
So whatever they're doing to get through to him, he's doing an excellent job.
And he doesn't chase the barfly.
For sure, but
he
did get one interception. The Vikings had 2 interceptions in the red zone, both by their 2 linebackers, Eric Kendricks, Eric Wilson. But PA, final thoughts for today while you socially distance from me.
What are my final thoughts? My final thoughts?
He's so squirrely when we win. He's so squirrely.
Yeah, remember me after that Seattle game?
Yeah,
that was
rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's win the rest of the games. Why not? I mean, you go to Soldier Field, we know it's problematic winning at Chicago, but that's problematic with that crowd. And if you've been there or played there like Ben, the crowd's right on you. I mean, the stands are right next to the bench, and, the quarterback gets a little fidgety there sometimes. No fans now, and a precipitous drop is transpiring with the Chicago Bears right now. They lost again today. So how about you just win the rest of them? Yeah. And is that unrealistic? Probably, but okay. Went to Lambeau and won against a team that can go to the Super Bowl. Yep. Dusted these guys today at Chicago, winnable. Then you got that Dallas, Carolina, Jacksonville, Carolina
three
thing.
Winnable games.
So, I mean, let's, I don't know, man. Let's just win the rest of the games and get hot.
For sure, and you have to do that by getting explosive. 7 explosive today, 5 in the first half. But your final thoughts on today?
My final thoughts is I like how Kubiak is sort of settling into this offense, and his usage of C.J. Ham and base personnel, but still exploding out to spread sets.
I love that.
That really puts the defense in a bind because now they're in base personnel. They know that our fullback can catch the ball. We can still run plays out of that, but yet we're going to motion those guys around. We're going to use tight ends in the motion game. It really brings a whole nother element, and he's kind of settling in and letting Kirk just kind of take what the defense is going to give him. And then we come out in the second half, and we've softened up their defense. They think it's all about Dalvin, and we start taking shots, even if they're not productive. Even if the double move is not productive, it's still giving them something else to chew on. So he's developed this nice little rhythm with the packages that he's developed.
And another guy that has developed a rhythm is Irv Smith Jr. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. But the next game up for the Minnesota Vikings Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears will be right here. You guys will be calling that game right here in the studio.
And
right
you'll be in there with us 6.5 feet away from me, please.
This is Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade.